Well, Darvin, after Cam hit that three to beat the buzzer and maybe pull a little momentum going back into the fourth, big run again, just like the time he played Phoenix on the 26th of October. What was the key to that group with the size, and how did you feel like they were able to start the initiative like that in the fourth?
I mean, we decided to blitz with, just Brad being out there by himself with no KD. And I thought it gave us the energy we need. Everyone has to be alert, aware, energetic when you go to a defensive coverage like that. And got to be ready to move on pass. And so I thought that woke us up a little bit. We're much, much better whenever we're aggressive. And those blitzes turned into some deflections and some steals that led to us getting some easy buckets and being able to play downhill and put pressure on their defense and got us to the line. And a plethora of things that were positive stem from that coverage. And, the guys got to make it work. Kudos. That lineup we had out there, I think it was Austin, Cam, Brian, Rui, and C. Wood. Yeah. That was the five that turned the tide in our favor. And so just being more aggressive, plain and simple.
You make the starting lineup change, and then you kind of fast forward to the fourth quarter. Austin's out there making key plays. Cam hits his fifth three to kind of seal it out. How did you deal with that internally, and what did you think you saw from the team as a response?
I thought it was kind of, everybody's trying to feel their way in the first half. And let me back up and just say both of those guys are winners. Cam, Austin, AR. When I told them what I was thinking, I talked to my staff about it, and everybody agreed that we needed to change up the music a little bit. And it wasn't, first and foremost, it wasn't a demotion for Austin. It was just a realignment. If anybody remember those great San Antonio teams where everyone in the world knew Manu was a starter. But sometimes to balance out your lineup, you have to put a player of his magnitude in a reserve role. So now when the starters go to sit down and take their break, you're not totally falling off a cliff. Like, you have balance in the second unit. And as deep as we are, and him leading the charge and having a chance to quarterback the situation offensively, have the ball in his hands and be able to make plays. I think he finished with 15 and 7 tonight. It's beautiful. He still played 35 minutes, and that was the thing we talked about. Like, his minutes weren't going to go down, and he's going to finish the game for us. So it's just a difference between starting or not starting out at the tip. But he was phenomenal tonight, huge down the stretch, as well as Cam. And Cam's an elite individual defender, a guy that can guard 4, sometimes some nights 5 positions. He can shoot the ball, as he demonstrated tonight. And so we're happy to have him, really embrace us, embrace what we're teaching him and how we're working with him and trying to develop him. He's still a young player with a ton of upside. And so it was a good team win. That's a lot of what we saw in that second half. That has to be our identity. Just coming out with aggression defensively, getting off to the races offensively, and then when we're in the half court offensively, playing smart, and, setting screens, playing with pace, making quick decisions so we can get the most out of the talent that we've accumulated.
With the starting group with Austin coming off the bench, is that a look you expect to continue to go to moving forward? Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, we still got a couple guys on the mend. We still got some guys that's trying to get their legs up under them that's been out. So we'll see, man. And the beautiful thing is we have options. We have some choices and some good ones at that. And so we'll continue to study the film, look at the numbers, and take it day by day and move forward and plug in who needs to be plugged in appropriately.
And with Cam specifically, what can a game like this do for his confidence, especially coming off that game, or how that game in Miami ended, whatever that was,
it's
3-4
huge,
days ago?
And it just shows the trust. Again, it just shows the trust of LeBron making the right play and him being ready to shoot the shot. And so everyone in that locker room, everyone within the organization has the utmost faith in Cam. And, he showed it tonight, like this. His attention to detail and guarding got first half. I think we were a little bit foul prone, but for the most part, we don't win this game without his performance. We needed all 5 of those threes.
Darvin, this team had plenty of reasons to be motivated beyond an in-season tournament, coming off of a losing streak and the winless road trip to this point. But did you sense a different level of intensity out there? And for your first taste of, what you said the other day, something that you think is going to be a mainstay in this league. What did you think?
Yeah, and like you said, we just dropped 3 games in a row, man, and we had a big Clipper win at home in overtime, and to go on the road and stumble those first 3 games. I think guys, you have a lot of guys that's highly competitive with a lot of pride in that locker room, and everyone that's attached, that's in our traveling party, and everyone that represents this brand. We have a sense of urgency to want to get it right, and that awful taste of losing being in your mouth is just like it'll drive you crazy. I know it drives me crazy. Keep it all in perspective, but it drives you crazy. No one likes that feeling dropping games. So I just think, when I saw the energy of the guys this morning shoot around, no one was dragging or moping or hanging their head. Everyone was communicating. When we did our defensive and offensive breakdowns, everyone pitching in, giving their input. And I just felt good about coming into tonight's game, and had some ups, some downs, came out great. Then, bottom fell out a couple times. But we were able to salvage it just by buckling down and playing hard and being aggressive on the defensive end, which led to some really good offense.
Darvin, LeBron looked like he hurt himself in the first quarter. What happened? And he obviously had a big game, but did you have any concerns moving forward?
Nah, I checked with him. He said he was okay. Someone had, I think, kneed him or kicked him in the shin or something like that. But, we our medical team and he himself, he knows his body better than anyone. Said, it was a little painful, but he was okay. And so he was able to finish and quarterback the situation as usual.
Darvin, just to follow up on the in-season tournament, this on paper is the toughest game, road game at Phoenix, and now you got 2 at home and going at Portland, so it essentially gives you a leg up. Have you started to think about that at all with just with the staff as you look forward to these next couple of weeks, which will have the other 3 games?
Yeah, I think it's great. We're in the mindset of trying to extract the most positive contributions, productive contributions out of our players, man for man and collectively. And, the in-season tourney just happens to be in the midst of all of that, us and other people figuring out their teams this early in the season. But, yeah, when you play a high-intensity game like this, it's, there's a lot riding on it. $500,000 is a lot of money. It's good money. And so, as well as trying to, live up to what you can be in the totality of things. Like, we know what type of team we can be. And these games where we get to play high-intensity games just adds more fuel to that fire and just more motivation for us to figure it out even sooner than later.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Way, just bleeds confidence in everybody. And, shout out Cam Reddish.
And so to start the game, Darvin mentioned us. You had a conversation. He called it a realignment, said that you were still going to play the same minutes. You play 35 and close it out. But what was your take on that convo, and then how it ended up working out today with Cam starting and then you coming in off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a competitor, and truthfully, you don't want to have that conversation. Would love to, not have that. Would love to have been playing better to not have those conversations, winning as a team. But, my parents taught me at a young age that, the coach is the coach, and, his decision, regardless if you agree with it, don't agree with it, you respect that. And, that's what I did. We had good dialogue back and forth on what we thought we could do to, be better as a unit. And, for me, as I've spoke about, the last, 2 years I've been in the NBA, and even before that, is winning is the main thing.
Austin, kind of on that, when exactly did you and Darvin have that conversation about the realignment of your role? And I guess what did he say to you to help you be comfortable, or, help you be comfortable with the change?
We had it last night when we, touched down here. We sat down for, 15, 20, 30 minutes and just talked. You don't have to, make me feel comfortable. I understand. I see, I see the writing on the wall. I kind of seen it coming. I haven't played great, and I've had games here and there. And then as a team, we haven't played great. Obviously, on this road trip, we were 0-3 until now, and needed to shake things up. But yeah, I mean, to me, I respect the fact that he texted me and we had a conversation about it, and seeing eye to eye, and whatever it is that both of us can do to help the team be successful is what we want to do, and what I'm willing to do.
Austin, as a team, it feels like you guys haven't really made like a swing open three in a while, and you guys missed some early today. Like, are those demoralizing misses? And then, as like kind of, I guess, progression to the mean sort of occurred, and you guys got hot, does that like sort of reinstill some confidence? I'm sorry, and like the looks you guys have been creating.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get that action, good to great is what you want. Make, miss, obviously, when you miss them, as the shooter, you're basically pissed off at yourself because, your teammate trusted you. But that's basketball, and that's how you have to play the game. Like I said, regardless of makes and misses, next possession, if roles are flipped, you should know that that's what's going to happen if the opportunity is there. So, hello. But yeah, no, like I said, make miss doesn't really matter as long as you're playing the game the right way. And then once you see one go in, and then two, and then three, you have a really good feeling about that.
Do you have a question?
Austin, did the in-season tournament thing, did it play any factor? Did you guys feel it on the floor at all? Any different than a regular season game?
Obviously, the court is different, bright, a lot of purple, the streak of blue, but basketball is basketball. And, I approach the game, and I'm sure, I can speak for everybody else on our team as well, that you approach basically every game the same, and you go out and compete to win, and winning is all that matters.
Last two.
It's unique, right? And that you haven't done it before. It's in the middle of the season. But do you think that as you guys go on in it, winning this game puts you in a much better position to actually advance? Do you feel like that starts to become more clear? You get 2 home games, and then you get Portland's the other road game. And do you feel like that you can kind of sense a momentum as you get closer to advancing into the quarters?
Yeah. To be completely honest with you, I don't know exactly how all of it works.
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anytime you can win, it helps. So
if you just win games, then it'll take care of itself, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously coming into Phoenix on a road trip where we're 0-3, got beat really bad in Houston, and also Orlando. I don't want to say it's easy, but sometimes on these road trips when you get to the last game, it's kind of ready to get home. I don't have any kids, but for the most part, our team has kids. You want to see your kids, you want to see your family, you want to sleep in your own bed. It's kind of, like I said, I don't want to say easy to come into these games, especially this one, and kind of walk through the motions, but we didn't do that. We competed from start to finish, and feels good to get this win.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.
Follow-up?